the violations of ceasefire has been a norm for more than a decade. Israel will break the ceasefires whenever it wants, and the more powerless any military resistance forces are in Gaza, the more easily it can just break the ceasefire, and it has no real effect for Israel. Israel has managed to put its boot on Gaza in a way that is worse than I could have imagined back in winter 2023, 2024. And the depths of its barbarity and the normalization of the same is just unfathomable, really. And if we talk about a medium term ceasefire or there being a ceasefire in the summer of 2025, I personally don't see it. With Trump still in office, with Netanyahu gaining some international support, as I mentioned earlier, um, with the Iran theater now being opened up, the analysis on the street being that what we saw in terms of the Israel US aggressive bombings on Iran was just to loosen Iran up for a more protracted conflict of ongoing destabilizing of Iran. I think that Netanyahu will be able to expand his chaos campaign to allow him to stay in office longer. And Gaza will not only be backgrounded from time to time as a result of those other adventures, but that the ongoing situation in Gaza can be turned into something which feels perpetual, and that it can be normalized. And we may see some alleviations in certain elements, for example, in the siege of the aid, and perhaps allowing in some of the international bodies. But at the moment, Israel has managed to stay in a maximal position in terms of maximal brutality and achieving a lot of its goals, apart from expulsion of the Palestinians to the Sinai. And it's got a long way it can there's a long way it can go in terms of concessions, in order to try and relinquish some of that international pressure, short of the whole thing blowing up in its face. So I don't think we'll see a ceasefire very soon, unfortunately, given the current political setup.